Now start the video, ready to go. Stop. Is it too much? I don't know.
Okay, that's my screen.
I'm a Dragon King.
Dragon King Bioactive.
Dragon King.
Dragon King Bioactive.
I'm a king.
Okay, here, you recording?
I'm recording.
Okay. Hi. Hi, my name is Max King, owner and founder of Dragon King Bioactive. So today we're going to be setting up a Dragon King Bioactive Kit. So I'm including everything that's going to be involved in the kit. I'm currently selling these at expos. We plan to have them being sold online on the website and everything, but as far as right now, I just wanted to be able to give you a step-by-step process of everything that's involved, how to do it, and the benefits of it. So here we go. So first thing we got is a 20-gallon tank. Now there's different options that I provide. There's a 10-gallon kit, a 20-gallon long kit, and a 40-gallon breeder kit. So this is going to be the 20-gallon long. So the setup is going to be the same for all of them. So it's not really going to differ as far as, you know, what's provided and everything, and it's the same step-by-step process. So I make sure that each enclosure has locking capabilities. So this here has the locks to where you can push it in and it has its own locks here. Or it will be the overhead that hangs on, and I'll provide these locks here for the sides. So I want to provide that. You may not need it. Today we are setting it up for a leopard gecko, which is right here. We'll introduce Desmond real quick. He is our leopard gecko. He's awesome. And this was his setup. As you can see, there's some dirt left in here and the heat mat and stuff. So we're just kind of resetting him up with a new fresh kit. So that's Desmond. He's the only reptile that has bitten me in my life. And he's just a little baby and it was adorable. So, alright, so first things first. Let's go over what will be provided in the kit. So the 20-gallon long, there are 6 bags of Mad Max bioactive substrate. So I make this at home on my own. It's actually right here in this dining room. I'm just before expos. I'm getting together, putting all this mixture together, my own recipe, and you know, it's a lot of fun, a lot of work, but you're gonna be happy with it. So that's these. Comes with a heat mat, a thermostat, a thermometer and hydrometer. So this is just a little digital thing to put on here, and it'll tell you how much humidity and the temperature in the enclosure itself. So you'll see the Bioactive Kickstart, 2 plants. And these here are the bags of biodegradable. So these are maple leaves here. So I have collected these in my backyard because maple leaves are healthy for reptiles. And there's a process to go through sterilizing them. If you guys are interested, leave it in the comments. Because while I'm deciding what we do on this channel, I want to see what you guys think. So I'm going to make videos based off of what you guys want to see, because there's a lot of ideas and I'm going to continue to present them, but I'd like to know what you guys think. So that's all that comes with it. And then of course you need a reptile. So today we had Desmond again. Desi, who's your baby? Okay. So the first thing you want to do when you get your kit is set up the heat mat underneath. Okay, so this is what I've already done. So what you're gonna want to do is take your thermostat and you're gonna want to put it here. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and just do this just as a visual. So what you want to do is you want to put the thermometer directly under, right in between the tank and the heat mat, okay? So what this is going to do is it's going to read exactly what it is on the mat, and you will need to adjust it so it is, because it's going to be different obviously between the glass. So you might need to go up a few degrees than you usually would, but again, we'll talk about that more. But what you want to do is put it in between it. That way it doesn't get obstructed, it doesn't get dug up, it doesn't, you know, affect anything or get in the way. It's out of the way and you're providing the proper heat that you need. So that's what's going on there. And again, I'll show you as we go along. So it will stick, the sticky side will stick with this on there, but I also have duct taped it. So the melting capacity of duct tape, I think, is around like 300 degrees. I may be wrong, but I know that this heat mat isn't going to get hot enough to melt duct tape. So I always duct tape it to just make sure it stays where it needs to be. So again, it should be fine, but I would duct tape it just to be safe. So that's what you want to do first. So that's on there. And then when you go to, so you're gonna have 2 cords. So when you have your heat mat plug, you want to take your heat mat plug and on your thermostat, cut. So on your thermostat, you're going to have a plug here. Okay, so the plug goes right into here, and that's what's going to adjust what your temperature is. Because if you don't have a thermostat is key. Okay, this could be like life or death for your animal in a lot of different ways. Well, mostly you could cook them. That's kind of the main thing. So, and what you can do is right now, this is what it's saying. It's saying it's 71 here. But you can set it, if you hold it down, you can set it to whatever you want to. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it as high as it goes. Now, do not quote me on this. I will explain why. 108 is the highest you could possibly go. But as we go along, there's going to be a light layer of substrate, so it will even out. But again, I'll show you how to do that while being safe as well. Okay. So now that we have that, that's heating up. Next thing we're gonna do is add substrate. You gotta do that each time. It's like the, what is it? The bag of salt.
Bag of mulch at a...
Mulch, yeah. Like at
like
a
Home Depot.
You have to slap it. You just do. That activates the substrate. Okay. So again, this comes with 6 bags. You're not going to need all of them. So that's kind of the bonus with this. I make sure that there is plenty. But we're gonna get that out here. Even level. So the thing is, with the heat mat, there's 2 different options you can have. What I'm showing you is the under tank heat option, which is gonna be different than the above heat. You can do the above heat, but with the kit that you have, here's what you can do. We're gonna make it so it has an elevation up to here. Okay, because the heat mat down here, you don't want a lot of space above it. And we're talking barely any, really. So you want a very mild, a very minimal cover. And you could actually have it to where, because this is where his hide is going to go. You could have it to where there isn't any substrate on it, and you could still adjust it to where it wants to go. But again, so we're gonna do that. Another bag here. I forgot. There we go. Good. Good. So, and the thing that I want to try and create is, it's gonna take things to, not to be corny, but a whole new level. Only because, so we're gonna use 3 bags. Like I said, it comes with 6, and you're gonna have plenty of extra. So the reason I want to give you extra is because...
Spank that.
There we go. Activated. So the so the reason that I give you so many is I want to give you the option to be able to you're not gonna have to get any more for a long time. There's a big reason why. Because as you go along, like I'd say once, I don't know, it could be like once every 6 months, you could give it a little change, but you don't even really need to do that. I mean, it's really just because as they poop and as everything goes along, you want to kind of scoop it out and just kind of toss it wherever you go, or you can dig it into it. But it's a lot easier instead of like reptile carpet or something that you gotta like change the whole thing or scrub it. You know, if they poop in this area, just take that little bit of substrate out and it's done. So yeah, as you can see, this is all we're gonna use today, and that's 3 bags. So now if you wanted to do over tank heating, which is another reason why I gave so many bags, is you don't need to go all the way down here. You can keep it at a level up to here, which another bag would do that, and then you have 2 extra bags. So you have the option of both, but from what I'm providing in the kit, this is what you can do. And personally, I like the fact that there's some elevation. I mean, it adds some enrichment for your reptile. That way when they come out, they can come up, they can have a different view from up here. And this is also the opportunity to put your plants. I like to put one of them in the corner. This bad boy. Right there. I love bioactive enclosures so much, man. I mean, it's visually appealing, you know? It's impressive for when you bring people over, you know? Something like, oh, that's naturalistic looking. That's pretty cool. This is gonna be another hide up here. Let's just put him here. He's got some healing to do. I'm putting him in here because I want to kind of bring him back here. He's been in here for a while. Okay, so now that is there. All right, so what this is here is the Mad Max Bioactive Kickstart. So what a bioactive enclosure does is once it gets established, it starts to build natural bacteria that'll kill different fungi and different bad things that will mold, stuff like that. And it can take a while for that to happen. Now what this is a sample from my active bioactive tank, which is Cleopatra's tank right there. So that's an enclosure that's been established for a while. So it's something that I just kind of take a scoop out of that, and it just kind of has everything ready to go. So it essentially kickstarts the bioactive process. Hence the kickstart. Isn't that clever? That's clever. I don't care. That's clever. So you just kind of want to mix that around. That's all you need to do there. Okay. All right. So that's that. And then also, so now once that's done, we're going to add the leaf litter. Alright. So this is going to add that even more of a naturalistic perspective on it. You just put 1 bag. Again, you're going to have 2 bags, but you're not going to need 2 bags. So what this does is I like to crumple them up kind of and mix them into the soil a little bit. So what this does is this, again, these break down, and they will add that natural breakdown to kickstart that bioactive enclosure. Also, it does not include a cleanup crew, but this substrate is awesome for cleanup crews. And what the leaf litter does is it feeds the cleanup crew and provides hides for the cleanup crew. And enrichment for your reptile. Okay. So the last thing that's involved, that's included in it, is this temperature gauge here. So I just have a piece of Velcro on the back of this, but you can just use a piece of Scotch tape and do like a little loop and then just kind of stick it right there. You don't have to go any further than that. You can, but I just happen to have a bunch of pieces of Velcro, little square ones, so that's what I have here. But that is that. So that's everything that's included in the kit. So this is basic necessities. You have your heat, you have your substrate, you have your plants, the leaf litter, everything you need there. So now I'm going to show you what you can add to it to make it your own. I don't include the hides, I don't include over tank heating, and I don't include food or water bowls because that differs from whatever animal you're gonna put in there. So, and that's kind of up to you what you want to do and make it your own. So what we're gonna do, what I have are Desmond's hides here. Now, I'm all about saving some money, you know, and I don't necessarily need like the very expensive hides or anything like that. These I got for $1 each, and I used my wife's curling iron to melt these here. Now, I don't recommend doing that. You could get a soldering iron. A soldering iron will work very well. It'll heat up real nice. And for any bowls or anything, you can just kind of get an arch there. And I sanded off all any sharp edges that were there, and it's ready to go. So that's what we're gonna do for his warm hide. So now, again, talking about the temperature, this is kind of what I'm talking about. So it's heating up still. It's saying about 92, okay? But we're gonna check the temperature here, and we're only seeing about 72, 77, just around this area. So you can see why I set it to a higher temperature. You're gonna want something like a heat gun to be able to check your thermostat there. So that's showing me that there's probably a little too much substrate over it. Like I said, you don't have to have substrate on there. I like to have a little bit just to add a naturalistic feel in there. But you can have just kind of a real light, if not any. It's okay, Desmond. Hey, bro. Took me out of my house. What you doing, man? Okay, so now we're looking, and we're going closer to 80. There we go. So by the time that hits 108, we're gonna recheck it, and then we'll see where it's at. So again, you just vary. It'll take a while to heat up, probably longer than this video, but you get the concept of it. You wanna adjust how much substrate's in there and how high you're gonna reach that. All right, so here's his other side. Now here's his cool side here. Now for leopard gecko, as a lot of you may know, you wanna have a humid opportunity over here. It's looking really good. So freaking good. And you will be too. So what this is just sphagnum moss from his old enclosure. What we're gonna do is kind of put this in a little pile. All right, so what I have here, which I kind of wanted to go over you guys as just like a like a responsible tip that you can do, something to save time, is I use Reptisafe for any water that I'm using. And I just kind of put a few drops in a squirt bottle, and I use it for various different things. Wetting down different enclosures, filling up water bowls. If we need to adjust the humidity on anything, it's just ready to go. So this is the sphagnum moss here. So we're just gonna get that pretty wet. Because that's leopard geckos need that humid hide. Okay, yeah, so that'll absorb and that'll because when they're ready to shed, which leopard geckos for this enclosure is like one of the best animals I could recommend. All right, so that's his. So when he's ready to shed, they know where to go. They'll look for that humid hide. And then I'm gonna I have this, where's that? this little tunnel here. So you know what? Here's another benefit. You can move your plants anytime you want. Anytime you want. So that's gonna go there. Okay. And this is gonna go, let's put that here. And all these hides he's used to from the area he had before this. So it's gonna be, you know, similar to him. Okay. The hides are set up. So next we are going to put his food in water bowls. So the benefit of the bioactive, like having the substrate, is you can put, this is his water bowl here. So what you can do is you can kind of have it so it's kind of level here. Now one of the things about it is you're gonna have substrate in the water pretty frequently. It's just part of it, but you're gonna want to change the water every day anyway. So what you can do is once it's full, just dump it right on the plant, put it down, refill it, and it's ready to go. So we'll put his food bowl right here. So that way when he's crawling up to it, this is a no escape lid, so it's got that lip that curves, but it'll be kind of level with also having that height so the bugs won't get out. Okay. What you can also do, let's go ahead and let's put them in there. So we are ready to go. Let's check that temp one more time. It's at 90. So when it gets up to that 108, it'll be pretty good. And again, you know, when you get it, you want to check it every, I mean, I check it every 10 minutes like a crazy person, but you know, I want to make sure, you know, the animal has the exact temperature that it needs. So, but it is ready to go. So again, I showed you everything that comes with the kit, and then examples of how you can put yours together once you get yours and you pick the hides you want and everything. So now we are going to get Desi. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. He's done with me. Oh, yep, he's going to bite me again. Okay. Let him check it out.
One eternity later.
When I put them in new enclosures, I try and guide them into the heat hide first. There you go, buddy. All right, so that is his new home. So again, another option you can have is UVB. So not all reptiles need UVB, and that's something that's going to be a debate all the time. I always do, just because one, it's better for them, I think. You know, why not have it? You know, they're going to be in the sunlight no matter what. And it illuminates your enclosure.
Why are you the way that you are?
So yep, so then I have a UVB light here. So there we go. That's his new home. All right, yep, so this is that finished product. And I wanted to mention that we do have a Patreon. The Patreon is going to be we have a lot of big plans here at Dragon King Bioactive. I mean, I want to get to a point where I can bring in animals to be able to rehome them, help out animals that maybe need some rehabilitation, be able to provide a storefront eventually for our local community to teach kids about reptiles, or you know, just kind of have different experiences and show the world of reptiles to our town, and just kind of go from there. So that's kind of where I'm at. So the Patreon supports all of that stuff. You get bonus videos early. there is videos and projects that no one's going to know about except for the Patreon, so check that out. I am hinting that there's a project coming up. And there's going to be free giveaways. So the first person to be on Patreon, we are going to give a free t-shirt away no matter what. So go ahead and be that first person, show that support, that'd be amazing. And other than that, thank you for watching, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and see ya around. Bye.